Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This store is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Get signed up for their email distribution list to find out when the store will be opening, what their hours will be, and most importantly, what they will have in inventory at abvbarrelshop.com. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show. Well, we continue to take vacation. We looked into the archives, and this is one as I was starting to look around into the archives. I was also online, and I saw Tim Swiat said, I recently just listened to this particular show, Trips We Want to Take Outside of Kentucky. I don't remember what the show's about. I didn't listen to it again because he said it was a shit show that somehow gets pulled together at the end. So I thought it'd be good to just re-examine this by re-releasing it, knowing Tim's comments there, and see what happens. What do you guys think about this social experiment that I've done? Not pre-listening to it and just throwing it out there.
But doesn't it make you, like, after he made that comment, didn't it make you want to go back and listen to it? Like,
yes.
Oh, like,
yeah, that's why. But I didn't. But I'm going to. I will listen to it now when it drops again, because I do listen to our shows. I mean, and especially now we're in the shop. Jim and I just throw on the Bourbon Daily and listen to. That's what we do now. We just listen to the Bourbon Daily and laugh at some of the shenanigans that is our lives. But I thought rather than listen, I just wanted to, based on Tim's recommendation, just throw it back out there and then re-listen to it and see if I agree with it. I don't know. This may be a dud, or it may be awesome. I don't remember. Do you remember anything about this one, McNeil?
No, I know I was on it, but I can't remember who else was. And if I could remember who else was, I would.
I mean, was there a fight? Did things go wrong? I don't know. I don't know what's cool about this one. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm interested. And Tim always has a good perspective on things, so I will probably listen to this one when it.
Yeah, a good or strange perspective, depending on you. Yeah, he's always interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be, maybe the next time, like for our next vacation, we need to have Tim do like commentary on shows. You know what I mean? Where it like plays a little blurb and then Tim like puts his spin on it.
So he like breaks it down.
Yeah, like
kind of like an audio version of, remember pop-up videos? You know,
yes,
remember?
yeah,
kind of like an audio, because we're not video, so it'd be an audio version of that. So rather than just a little bubble popping up that says it, it's just Tim breaking in from time to time and saying, "Listen," and he's got all this crazy stuff because he listens with these super headphones. You know, when people are all thinking he's working, he's hearing a toilet flush on the show and all this stuff, which is always McNew, by the way. The only person flushing the toilet on the show is McNew.
I always see it myself. I got to pee like 20 times a day.
Yeah. In the middle of a show, I'll see you get up and go. So I know whenever it's a toilet flush in the middle of a show. I mean, a lot of people take a break between shows, but McNew will get up in the middle of a show and just walk off. And I'm like,
here's the thing: that I've worked from home forever. I have no schedule. I can't just. I don't know when it's appropriate to wait. I just go when I want to go.
Well, there you go. We'll see if this is a good one. We're relying on our buddy Tim, and we'll see. I'll be listening just like you guys are. Enjoy.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss our bourbon trips we'd like to take outside of Kentucky. My name is McNeil. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kaylee Baker, Jim Fosnot, and Katie Joyce.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. So we've got a fun show today. So it should be good. We're talking about places that we'd like to go. Not Kentucky, because Kentucky, we all go there and we have some experiences there. So we're going to talk about places outside of that may be worth going to and visiting for bourbon vacations. But before we get to that, McNeil, you said there's something you wanted to talk about. What is that?
So I was thinking about this today because we do not own a coffee maker. My husband's not into coffee. I'm not into coffee.
Sad.
I've literally never made coffee in my life. So I was wondering, what is something that most adults do or know how to do that you don't know how to do? I don't know how to make coffee. I could not make you a pot of coffee.
What?
I don't even, like, where does the filter go? Where do the things go? I do not know how it works. I could not.
I'm not a coffee drinker, McNew, but I could make it, and especially the Keurig. It's pretty damn easy. But
so like my dad drank instant coffee. He's just like, yeah, microwave
instant coffee.
And I'm like, okay, cool. But I don't know how to actually make coffee. And I've never cared because it doesn't apply to me because I don't like it. So what do you not know how to do?
Okay, this is a good question, I think. But it's caught me off guard. I can't think of anything off my top of my head. Does anybody have something that they can give the rest of us some time to think?
I mean, it's not that I don't know how to do them, but like I was never taught growing up how to do taxes, and my dad always does them because he's an accountant. So like.
That's fair.
I mean, taxes are just that thing that, like, I'm pissed off that it's drawn out of my check every week, and then I get a check.
Not teach us that in school. That was not taught.
Yeah.
I do. That brings up a good one, Kayla. You got me thinking because I didn't have anything. Banking. I have no idea how to bank. I don't control any of my own money. I don't know how much I have. I don't do anything with my own cash. I give it an allowance, and that's it. And if I ever have to go to the bank, I don't know how to use it. I just walk up and I say, I'm a customer here. Can you help me deposit this check? If you get a check, sometimes, you sell a car or something, you want to deposit it right away. So I can't go through the normal process of handing it to the correct person who handles all that for me. So I just go up there and I'm like, I don't know how this works. Can you put this in my account, please? And I don't know. Well, what's your number, sir? I don't know. But here's my name, though.
I don't know. Look at my social.
I'm a little scared about going to business with you now, Steve. And
right?
We just got to make a phone call tomorrow. And that scares me a little bit.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to work a bank.
I've spent so much of my adult life single that I feel like I know how to do all the adulting stuff. The only, I don't know if this counts or not, but the only kind of weird thing is like I have a granddaughter who I love more than anything in life. And I love kids and I can do everything with them. I have no problem changing diapers or feeding, whatever. I have no idea how to do a little girl's hair. And her hair is a hot mess when she's with me. She has long hair, and Papa has no clue how to take care of.
This was such a wholesome answer. Oh, my God.
I have no idea.
We go to class on how to braid hair. This would be adorable.
Every time, and I do it. Can I do anything for that little kid? But I have no idea how to. I had her Tuesday, Wednesday. We had the best couple days together, and she's fantastic. But I know when I gave it her mom, her hair was a hot damn mess.
I love that this is something you worry about. That is so cute and so wholesome. Oh my God.
Oh, that's a thing. I can tell you that too. My daughter would have to.
No, you really just comb. You have to comb from the bottom up.
I do that. I always comb her hair because it's a rat nest. So I always comb it because we spend all day outside. I don't put her in front of the TV as little as possible. We were probably outside for 6 or 7 hours on Wednesday between, running through the woods and taking the dog for a walk. And I had this bounce house that I bought her. I blew up. And so we're outside having fun all day. But at the end of the day, like, I can't do her hair. I'll comb it out, but I have no idea how to put a braid in or a ponytail or bobby pin or I have no idea.
You could get these clippy things and just pull it and clip it. Really?
I would have no clue how to even start that, so I just comb it out and
there's another. There's a video. I do a video series.
So cute that you even care. Oh my God, that's adorable. I love it.
That's adorable. Okay.
So cute.
Katie, how about you? What's something you don't know how to do that you feel adults should know how to do?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of pride myself on being like a Jane of all trades. That I kind of, and I love learning in general. And so anytime, if I would ever find something I didn't know how to do, I go all in on figuring it out. So, I mean, I honestly can't think of anything. I'm just great at everything.
The world's best human right there.
I don't know how to make coffee, but I could absolutely be in the morning YouTubing how to fucking make coffee. I can YouTube anything and figure it out, right? That. I feel like that's our generation. We just YouTube it and we're like, now I know. But
that's the greatest thing ever, by the way.
YouTube is the best. The absolute best.
Right.
Yeah, we learn a lot there, but
It makes you wonder. Yeah, now I use these things, but then I also get to figure, why the hell did someone do this? Or, making coffee. Why would someone make a video on how to use a coffee maker? Because it's so simple. But then you see McNew that people need it, I guess. So yeah.
There's a whole not how
the day. I saved myself $1,000 by YouTubing how to do it. I'm like, I got all the tools. I got this. I did the whole freaking brake system on my truck.
No, I changed all the screens in my house. We needed new screens. I YouTubed it. I changed all of our screens in a weekend. Wasn't a problem.
Imagine what that looks like.
I feel like I get it from my mom. Recently, before my parents got a new TV, they had their big screen was a back projection TV, not a LCD. And so the bulb went out. And so my brother and I get a text from my mom. She's like, I looked it up on YouTube, how to replace this bulb. She's like, a repairman was going to be so many $100. Fuck that. She's like, I'm doing it on my own. And so my brother and I were both so skeptical. My brother was like, God send, like, may God bless you. And then I was like, I'll start looking for new TVs. And then like an hour later, she texts us. She's like, I fixed it. I did it. Right. She's like, I watched a YouTube video. I figured it out.
The bulb probably costs more than a new flat screen, though. Probably. $30.
Found the bulb. I think it was only like $30. She was like, because it was cheap enough, I'm willing to at least try it before buying a new. Because they had I have the TV now, but so it's still working, but it's like a 80-inch something. I know it's pretty big. So but yeah.
So was she like my aunt? Because they had this huge ass big screen TV in the 90s, early 2000s, and she put all of her cute little decorations on top. Yeah. So she's not getting rid of that shit. She's like, that's where my decorations go. This TV has to work. Like, that's my aunt has lived.
She's committed.
The new TV they bought one of roughly the same size, but now TVs are so much thinner and everything. There's extra room in there.
She can't put it up there. She has to get a meal or something. She's not trying to do that. My aunt is absolutely pissed that TVs do not look the same, and she has to move her shit. Like,
my
that's
son
all the thing.
My son had a big flat screen TV when I sent him down to college, and like 4 or 5 months in, I get a call from him, hey, Dad, my TV's not working. I'm just getting this blue screen. I'm like, Google, it's like, I can't find a reset. I'm like, bring it home. I'll see what I can do. He just lived an hour and a half away in college. He brings it back, and I YouTube it, and there's this whole thing about pull the motherboard out of this TV, put it in the oven at 110 degrees on a piece of cardboard. Your house is going to smell like crap for a day. But then put it in there for like an hour and a half and then let it cool naturally for 2 hours. And I feel like I'm being punked. It feels like when you had the iPhones that are foldable or people break.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, whatever. It doesn't work anyway, so I'll try it. And that was 4 years ago, and that TV's still working to this day. So thank you, YouTube, because you saved me a lot of money.
Really?
I'm like,
no. So like YouTube is like a fixture for most things. So like, I love my husband. He's very handy, but like, when I ask him to do something, he's like, I'll get to it when I get to it. But I'm like, I'm asking you now. I want it done now. I will YouTube it and do it myself. And then he's not allowed to be mad if I fuck it up. So I'm like, I YouTubed it. I have learned how to do so many things from YouTube.
Well, I've got a challenge here that I want to put down for Katie, since she claims she knows everything an adult should know how to do. I want to drop you off downtown St. Louis near the stadium. Okay. And give you a bus schedule and have you get to South County where I live and see if you can figure out how to read that bus schedule.
Okay, that's a good one.
Right. Read a bus schedule.
Okay.
Steve, anybody but you and I on here be able to get from here to Destin, Florida with just a map. No GPS.
Right.
That's another good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got on like 65 and go south.
Oh, okay, Katie, you think you could do it?
I mean, I'm really good at direction in general, being a pilot. I kind of know that.
But this isn't direction. It's reading a bus map. Yeah.
I think I could. So I remember though,
it's changeovers. A few years ago,
I went to Charlotte and I think it was Charlotte, and I landed in the airport, and you had to get on one of their shuttles to get to the rental cars.
Uh-huh.
And it took me a hot minute to figure out which shuttle I needed to get on.
So we figured it out.
Which color? I figured it out. But I did. I took a picture of this big old map on the wall, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I have a doctorate degree, and I'm not sure I'm going to figure this out correctly on the first try." Like,
so you ever think about when we were back in high school, and you ordered a pizza from Emo's? how did they ever find your house?
Right.
Okay.
Like, they didn't have GPS. Like,
I did not get delivery pizza until last year because I've always lived in the country. So
I'm in the country too, so I get that. But my point is, like, all the drivers now have a GPS on their phone. They put an address, it takes them right there. That didn't exist when Steve and I were in high school. You were something, and they had to have
back in the day, you
car.
would call them up and you'd be like, you go to 92 Oak Street, and they'd be like, okay. And they had to look it up on paper maps. There wasn't anything telling
them.
They
had that notebook with the spiral, that has all the streets. Yeah.
Boulevard. Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Well, there you go. That ended up being a pretty good topic. Way to go. That was good. What is everyone drinking? Kaylee, we're starting with you. What do you got there?
Well, I looked ahead at the show, and I really want to visit this place, so I went with Breckenridge Bourbon Whiskey. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Pretty good. Katie, how about you? What do you got?
I have Blackened, a blend of straight whiskeys finished in black brandy casks from a distillery in New York.
Okay. Ooh, that was good.
That was crisp.
I didn't even change my audio settings to low. I forgot that part.
That was good.
That was good. I'll go next because I'm not expecting a lot. I'm not going to beat Katie with this. This is still 6:30 here in St. Louis, and this bottle is nearing the end of the run here, so not much left action, I don't think. So, no, not a lot going on there. McDoon, what do you got?
I have some Noble Oak Double Oak Bourbon. Not a bottle that we've loved, but it looks well loved because we use it in cocktails because I don't like it by itself, but we'll see.
Okay. No,
it looks like you're drinking something secret because your background's set to blur. So when you held the bottle, it blurred out the label.
Yeah, it just blurred the label out. It was weird. Yeah.
All night. I've been looking at it like, what's that?
Oh, I'm going to make it
copyright.
No one's allowed to know what she's actually drinking.
Right. All right, Jim, you're the last one. What do you got?
I'm not going to win this. I got a well-loved bottle of Maker's limited release SE4.
No, nothing there. Nothing left. Give that bottle to me, Jim. There's nothing left there. There's no action left in that cork. Give that to me. All right. Well, Katie wins again. The new mic is paying off.
Wild.
It's paying off.
I feel like it's the mic and not her bottle.
It's the mic.
Oh, Katie, we're happy.
It is my raw talent.
Mm-hmm.
There's that.
Sure, there was no raw talent until she got the new mic, though. It's weird how that worked out. So, yeah.
That's an audio setting, Birds. It says raw talent.
Right. Raw talent. That's the setting.
But you guys don't have the new Zoom update with the audio setting of Cork Pop?
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about these trips we want to take, things that are non-Kentucky related. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot in the greater St. Louis area. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only focuses on single barrels. We aren't open just yet, but our plan is to have the most diverse single barrel offerings from our many friends in the world of bourbon. By signing up for a weekly email, you will know our entire inventory we have on hand. In addition to single barrels, we'll have a tasting bar and a gift shop featuring logo merchandise for both the shop and the ABV network, as well as a full curriculum of bourbon education classes. Additionally, we'll use the gift shop to feature products from our partners in the world of bourbon, companies like Art Eatable Chocolates and Old Man Bay Signs. Head over to ABV Barrel Shop to sign up for our email and text distribution list so you can stay in the know. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Mr. Bill. You're listening to Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about the non-Kentucky bourbon trips we want to take.
Yes, we are. There's two I want to take, but I won't go first. I'll let other folks go first, and they may hit on mine because I think they're kind of obvious. I feel like there's two really good places for bourbon outside of Kentucky, and there's one that maybe people want to go to too. I'm not keen on that. So there's only two I want to take. So what about you guys? What's a bourbon trip that you want to take outside of Kentucky, of course? Anybody?
Jim, you're muted.
Jim's muted. He was talking. I'm sure it was great, but you weren't saying anything.
That's the best comment I've had ever. But I'm going to Colorado.
Colorado, yes, that's one of mine.
That would be my choice. First of all, what I love about Kentucky is the beauty of it. I love the outdoors. The setting in Colorado, probably eclipses that with
right.
the beauty of it.
True.
But on top of that, you have so many fantastic distilleries there. We can start off with our friend at Deerhammer, and Breckenridge, Stranahan's, Leopold, Telluride. I mean, there's so many great distilleries.
10th Mountain, yeah. Distillery 291, who we just had on the Bourbon Talk Show last night. What a story that is! I love that. I love their whiskey, and they're great. Yeah.
Might be taking some long drives in between distilleries compared to Kentucky, but if you're doing that, the view is going to be fantastic. And so if I had to pick one spot to go for a distillery tour, I think Colorado would be my choice.
Yeah,
legit.
My understanding that they're number 2 in total bourbon distilleries, behind only New York. Right. I think most people think it's Kentucky. Now, Kentucky volume-wise, yes, it blows anybody else out of the water. But most of that volume, though, comes from 8 distilleries, and then there are a lot of other ones there. And I think Kentucky's 3rd bourbon distillery-wise, so they're still way up there. But New York being number 1, Colorado being number 2. So there's a lot of distilleries to go to in Colorado, and some pretty cool laws too. Like anything goes there, cocktails, right. You name it. So yeah, it's a little bit different, a little bit more regulated in Kentucky. So
the Wild West.
Yeah. So that's a good one, Jim, for sure.
I second that.
Yeah, that's when you'd like to go to Kelly, out to Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, I love Colorado. We went there every year as a kid, like to go skiing and stuff. And then I used to live in Michigan, and so I kind of like the cold aspect. Sometimes I only lived there for 2 years. It was a very short stint. I definitely don't want to go back to where the winters are that bad, but Colorado is just phenomenal views wise, and he's right. It's a close second to Kentucky as far as just getting to see all the views around and how beautiful nature is in those areas. So yeah, I would definitely want to go back to Colorado and do it.
And Jim said another thing that helps sell Colorado is, there's a lot of distilleries there, but they also are making a lot of great whiskeys, and they're all just a little bit different. As you talk about those, Leopold Brothers and Distillery 291 and Breckenridge, they're all great, but also just a little bit different too. So yeah, Lenny's place is different than any place you get anywhere else. So they're all just unique for sure. So it's very cool. Very cool.
Katie, what's happening there? She's got a leaf on her head.
I know.
What is that?
I don't know.
It is technically called Happy Sprout.
Okay, it's called Happy Sprout. Again, folks, we're on Zoom recording this, so again,
and we're like 4 shows in.
We're 4 shows in, and
I've started to dig into my video filters as I'm sitting here.
So Katie has a sprout on her head now, so I don't know what that means.
She had a ribbon for a little while, and I just kind of let that one go.
I had my number 1 ribbon from winning the Cork Pop.
I couldn't ignore the sprout on top of your head, but I could ignore the ribbon.
What's on your cheeks?
Yeah.
Oh, cute little peach cheeks. I don't know.
Speaking of ribbon winners, I've got a gold story here for you guys I got to share. So at the Kentucky State Fair, when Royce was a young lad, he won the Prince of the Fair one year. It's like I don't know. The best thing you could call is like a beauty contest. It's not a beauty contest, but it would be like that. You know, it's style, it's fashion, it's how you compose yourself. And he won the Little Prince Award.
Well, he is Hollywood.
At the Kentucky State Fair, which is great.
That's so horrible.
Yeah, I would love to see a photo of that victory.
Yeah. I want to. Can we? We'll ask Miss Becca Sue to do some digging and find a photo for us.
Yes, we got to get that. I also said New York. You know, to me, Kings County is great. Taconic, Widow Jane. I mean, there's a lot of cool places to see in New York. And that would be definitely one of the places I would like to go. Again, New York's great anyway, but the distilleries is what we're talking about here, and there is plenty of distilleries to go and visit, and they are also pretty unique as well. So yeah,
New York's definitely, that was my answer, especially Widow Jane. I'm a huge fan of. And then actually on the cocktail side of it, I am very excited for a New York trip to go visit actually my friend Tim at Whiskey Wednesdays. Because there's a few bars that he always talks about. And so actually we're planning a Whiskey Wednesdays meetup in December. And so we'll be going to Spaniard and Little Branch. And then I think Mother's Ruin. There's a few others. But even like I have a sweatshirt from the Spaniard, even though haven't been there yet. And then Little Branch as well. I'm really excited to check those places out in New York that I feel like it's just like a totally different cocktail scene.
Yes.
While you're there, would you get the liquor stores? Would you hit liquor stores and look for unicorns while you're there?
Yeah.
Okay.
For those not watching our video, I now have a unicorn filter on my head. It's called the Magic Horn.
The Magic Horn. Okay.
I have to start doing YouTube videos of these. I'm going to keep fucking around with filters here.
Okay. It's nice.
I have to go back to the part where I said I lived in Michigan for a brief stint. I think Michigan is a good place to go as far as distilleries. I used to live in Kalamazoo, and Green Door Distilling Company is doing some awesome things down there, or up there rather. Yeah. And that one distillery in, I'm going to say Jackson, Michigan.
Jackson.
Jackson? What are you, Sean Connery? He's in Jackson, Michigan. There is definitely a great scene in Michigan. There's a lot of distilleries there, despite the fact I don't think the laws are that great there. I think Michigan is, especially dealing with retail and state run and all that, it's a mess. Yes. But there are quite a few distilleries up there, and there's some very good ones because we do that. We do that flagship.
I will say, as far as like going into liquor stores up there, I found that bottle of E.H. Taylor that's sitting up here. I think it was the single barrel, collecting dust for $60 on the shelf.
That's good. Yeah,
I was like, okay, nice. That's done, nice. Easy.
Okay, McNew's got her hand up.
McNew keeps raising her hand.
Yeah, yes. McNew, what do you want to know? McNew?
I literally do not know how that's happening.
Sure. Yeah.
Like my hand. I also have hiccups, so I've been on mute. I have really much hiccups right now. Not great. But so I would say New York, absolutely, because there's Black Button, there's Widow Jane.
Oh yeah, Black Button.
Black Button's up there. It's not in the city, but go north, I guess, and find Black Button.
They're in Rochester. Yeah,
they're doing really cool stuff. And also Indiana, we have Jason at Club 55. Indianapolis has a lot of cool shit happening. So
Tango's
cool. About Indiana too. We're more than MGP.
Yes. If you could ever get MGP to start giving tours, Indiana would suddenly be a bourbon hotspot.
Right.
It would instantly be like that. It would be one of the top bourbon
They like to be very private about what they're doing. But
they can make so much money off of it. It seems like a publicly traded company. That's a revenue stream that they're just turning their back on.
People love some MGP.
So much cool stuff there, too. Like it's the way they do things different. Like they cook in the lines. Like nobody else does that.
Right, right.
It's crazy, the stuff they do there that any other tour wouldn't have.
Yeah.
No.
The capacity and size of their fermenters. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think check out Indiana. Check out some Indiana bourbons. Find where they're distilled. Go to those distilleries. Also, check out New York, too. Those are my two top.
New York,
Michigan also. Like,
I really want to go, now that I think about it, I really want to go to Texas and do like a bourbon trip in Texas.
There's certainly a lot of distilleries in Texas, and a lot that are nationwide. I mean,
right. The only problem is they're so far apart. Texas is huge.
I know, like Iron and Garrison for sure.
Like an 8-hour drive.
Texas, they're probably not even close to each other. Their distance is weird.
Their distance is weird, but yes, you got Garrison, Balcones is there. You've got Still Austin is coming up now. There's definitely an abundance of distilleries there that are, again, consumers know who they are because they do have great distribution coming out of there. So they're
instead of like a road trip, like Bourbon Trail, driving to different distilleries, Texas should have one where a pilot just flies you.
Yes,
to different ones.
You could do that, Katie. That should be good. Yeah,
I mean, I would sign up for that, Katie.
I'll find other pilots. I don't want to fly because then I can't drink, and I want to be drinking.
Oh,
if you fly me for free, I'll let you drink. I'm willing.
Roll the dice. Yeah.
Willing to risk our lives for a fun drinking trip.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, is there a FWI? Does that exist? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty.
While intoxicated.
Yeah. That's got to be one strike, right, Katie?
Steve,
Katie?
Yeah, and we have very strict rules. It's called 8 hours bottle to throttle, and so not only is it limited as to what your blood alcohol content could be, but if they can show that you have had anything to drink within the last 8 hours before flying, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
But do time zones matter?
Right, yeah. So you just got to jump a few time zones first, and then you're like, well, you see, according to Pacific Standard Time.
I'm fine.
Back in Indiana in the day, it used to be time zone by city. And so you talk about confusing, trying to navigate that. Yeah, that was all McNew had all that. That was all her idea. Like, well, let's just do it by city. You can decide what time zone you want to be in. We've lost McNew, by the way, so I don't know where she's at. That's
still here. Very still here.
We can't see you.
I'm still here. So, well, there you go. I don't know that there's anywhere else. I mean, I don't think. I mean, California certainly has a lot of distilleries, but most of them are sourcing their stuff. I don't think that there's a lot of California. There are some. I don't want to say like because got Golden Beaver out there, they're making their stuff, but there's not a whole lot that are making stuff. I see a lot of distillery names that are just sourcing things from there, and Florida seems to have a lot. But are they making any waves with that stuff? Maybe St. Augustine, but they're not doing real good. So yeah. So I think we kind of hit the highlights for sure. So there you go. And I guess if we ever start a project where we go state by state, Jim, maybe we'll hit Hawaii first, see if there's any good ones there, and go from there. There's
Bourbon Daily on the road.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kaylee, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Kaylee O. Baker.
All right. Katie.
You can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
Jim.
Find me on Facebook at Jim Fawzant or on Instagram at FawzJim, FAZZJIM.
All right. McNew's Picture.
Yeah, I am on Instagram at McNew ABV, and I am trying not to cough or choke right now, so move on.
For me, I'm easy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. By the way, while you're checking stuff out, we have a new Apple exclusive podcast, subscription-based. So check that out. It's called Bourbon Interviews. If you sign up for the Bourbon Interviews channel, it's $8.99 a month. But there are 2 shows that are on there. We have our classic interviews, which we open up.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Did we finish the podcast? What happened?
Is it recording us, or did his recording stop as well?
I don't know. Steve froze. I'm back. Steve froze.
Oh, man.
He's just
what
gone.
What do? I bet.
This is Kaylee Baker with the ABV Network. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This show has been sponsored by YouTube. Go home and YouTube
The important website is abvnetworks.com. Everything we do is out there. And you can find us. Please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps everybody else find the network, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, please visit us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network. He left. I don't even know if that got
It
recorded.
says I'm the host now.
Haley's
Wait,
but it's
does
still
it say that to
recording.
everybody?
So where's the recording going?
I don't know. I have the option to pause or stop recording. Do we just
So
keep
you
going?
need to try to sing the recording.
I don't know.
You know how
I
to do
don't
that?
know if I should stop it or not.
Steve left, and then it might be a lost show. We have lost some shows.
Let's see
shit.
if he rejoins in a moment. Then maybe he'll be able to give us some guidance here.
Yeah,
I
Stop
I don't want to
recording.
press that stop or pause without him
No.
doing that. I'm not going to touch nothing, but I will take a break real fast since we're about to move on to our fifth show.
Going. Hold on.
Yeah, when you
Feedback.
I was like, oh no, my internet froze. I was like, wait, I can see everybody else moving.
I got a text. I got kicked off. No shit. we
Yeah, we figured that out. Thanks.
we got that part. Where are you?
He's been banned from Zoom for misleading content on COVID.
I wonder if there's a Halloween filter. Can I search?
Do you have Christmas lights or like a Stranger Things filter?
I got the Christmas lights now. I guess I could dress up as a lion for Halloween. Bird.
Tim, so I love that you like have a dark humor, but you don't always say it the way that I say it. So I'm just like, yes, we are equally assholes at different times. And I love it.
I try and hide it on the show because I am way probably darker than you. I have professional gym, and then I have everything else. Like I have zero filter in my real life.
Okay.
And,
I just be blurring those lines. I do not care. I'm just like, you get what you get.
I'm back.
You're back. I don't have the option to. Okay, is the recording safe?
The recording's good. We're recording.
Okay.
I pushed it out pretty solid.
You exited out, and it was like, you are the host now. I was like, oh shit. I don't know what to do.
No.
So yeah.
I think we said goodbye. I think it worked out.
I have to toss it to you, McDo. So all right, let me just pick it up there. So yeah, check it out. Bourbon Interviews on Apple's subscription. So check it out. McDo, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Oh my God.
Bye.
What the fuck are you doing?
Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's upcoming Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.